Westchester News gotcha. The WestchesterNews.com headlines. Online news reporters. New York weather report today. PaparazziNews.tv. The WestchesterNews.com gotcha.
Welcome to Media Minutes, a weekly review of news related to media and democracy. I'm Stevie Converse.
And I'm Candace Clement.
The government can use cell phones as tracking devices, according to documents received by the American Civil Liberties Union and the Electronic Frontier Foundation. Using a technology called triggerfish, the FBI can track the location of cell phones without the help of service providers and possibly without a warrant. Catherine Crump is staff attorney at the ACLU.
There's a big debate going on right now within the court system of, first of all, whether the government needs to go to court to get an order in order to engage in that type of geolocation tracking, and also what the government has to show, whether it has to get a full warrant, which is the most protective standard, or whether it doesn't need to satisfy the warrant requirement.
The ACLU's position is that, under the Fourth Amendment, the government does need a warrant for this kind of search. But the government disagrees.
This debate has largely gone under the radar. One of the things that the ACLU has been trying to do is to change that so we can have an open public debate about the circumstances under which this technology that almost all of us have, a cell phone, can be turned into a tracking device. Because I don't think a lot of people are really clued into that reality right now.
GPS chips in cell phones allow tracking in real time and can retrieve a history of previous locations. It's also possible to track the phone even when you aren't making a call.
This is a country where the government has in the past really used surveillance in ways to abuse people, especially people who've been politically active or have taken positions that the government doesn't like. And so to give that type of unchecked power to the government really creates a dangerous situation.
Some courts have said the government must have a warrant to track cell phone activity. Other courts have gone in the opposite direction, giving government the power to track without warrants.
Right now you have one legal standard in Los Angeles and another legal standard in New York, and the judges themselves are concerned about this because they say, hey, come on, it's supposed to be the rule of law. There should be one legal standard that applies across the country.
The judges are calling for congressional action. Crump agrees.
Congress could very easily make this whole problem go away by simply passing a law that says to engage in this type of tracking, the government needs to have a warrant.
As postage and print costs continue to rise and the internet gains ground as a free news and information source, many print publications, both corporate and independent, are in crisis. Solutions haven't been forthcoming for most.
The mafia, as I've said, is not dead. It is alive and kicking. Modern mobsters may be less colorful, they may be less flamboyant, they may be less glamorous than some of their predecessors, but make no mistake, they are still terrorizing businesses, they are still using baseball bats, they are still putting people in the hospital, and they are still sworn to a life of crime.
This case shows that it's still about making money illegally, by whatever means. No crime seems too depraved to be exploited if it was a moneymaker, including the sexual exploitation of a 15-year-old.
The Westchester News gotcha. The WestchesterNews.com headlines. Online news reporters. New York weather report today. PaparazziNews.tv. National Press Club 2010. Hold the presses now. The WestchesterNews.com. We gotcha.